Canto 2, the worst Canto in the game, or so I'm told. From the moment I dropped my first video on this amazing game, I was told things like Canto 2 and 1 were the worst Cantos that there are. And while it might be true that they are the worst ones in the game, I'm here to tell you this. Rodya's Canto is a masterclass in how to do a slow, creeping horror story. So, as I said, this is Rodya's Canto, right? No, seriously, that is the question, because unlike Gregor in the previous Canto, who the whole story seemed to revolve around, whether it be his insecurities, his past, or just him talking with us and knowing roughly what is going on, the story was about him. The horror was tailored about him, and don't worry, we'll get back to the horror aspect later. Honestly, I don't think enough of you guys see the true horror that is in Canto 2. And in the end, he felt completely like he was the center of focus in his Canto. However, differently from what happened in Canto 1, Canto 2 has a completely different shift in focus. Well, at least the theme matches Rodya a lot. I mean, the degenerate gambler with a hidden past going to a casino is kinda the perfect setting, to be honest. However, while on the bus you do talk to her. However, she is quickly put on the back burner for these Jesse and James knockoffs that are meant to help us get into the casino. After an extensive planning session that she is barely there for, I manage some good and proper violence against some Hawaiian street thugs. Yeah. We get to the casino, and it's the lovely yellow creature who breaks and tries to gamble. Not the gambling addict. Can you guys see the pattern here? Like, shortly after this, Sinclair takes center stage on a floor, literally, and even Heathcliff gets to show off his attitude on a floor. All the while, the Team Rocket wannabes are guiding us around. Now, I like the characters of 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬 and 𝐓𝐸, but it's not until the final floor when the Canto's protagonist gets to shine. Now, all of a sudden, she has some spare wish power, gets into the final card game, and even makes a clanker lose a bet that gets him crushed. And at the very end, we all eat well because she scooped up a lot of the casino chips from the, well, Dawn being Dawn and my managerial mess-ups. And that is where the problem swells. Just like me losing my chance to gamble in the big game, Rodya lost her best chance to shine as the star of a Canto. Sadly, I doubt they will make a second one with her at the center of attention. But hey, I'm new. I might be wrong there. But hey, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button. And seriously, it's about time to see you guys subscribe. The last video was amazing. Thank you. Let's try to beat the subs gained from that one. You know you want to break your own record. But that's enough of that. Let's go on to what the Canto did right. Now, for those of you who argued with me that this game is not a horror game, I ask, what was going on in Canto 1 that makes you say that? And it continues here. How? Well, unlike the last Canto where the body horror was all over the place, this one doesn't get scary until the mines under the casino. The desolation of being forced to work out your debts one swing at a time foreshadows things we learn deeper in the mines. Each person's forced to work off their debts one swing at a time, some owing millions of dollars. These people are forced to give up their loved ones and become starving husks of themselves. Not as visually horrifying as the morphing into bugs that Canto 1 pushed on us, but in its own way, something that can petrify those of us with a family. And that was just the foreshadowing. Like I said before, as we get deeper into the caves under a mountain of opulence, we learn from Rodya's past that her and this asshole Sonia came from a frozen wonderland where a family that I feel will become more important in later Cantos, the middle, basically owns everything and charges extortionarily high prices on everyone living under them in order for them to even live. This is where the true horror of this Canto comes in. Not in your face, but the uncertainty that comes with things like not knowing if you'll starve or freeze first, if you can feed your loved ones, or if they will simply freeze in the snowdrift because you have no shelter. I ask you, who amongst us would not snap under these conditions? And we find out that that is precisely what happened with Rodya. The obligatory flashback scene shows us Sonia and Rodya working together, trying to make their lives better and get out from under the shoe of the middle. Now, being very new to this game community and everything, I can't spoil anything. I can only make speculations. But when Rodya snapped, she murdered a member of said group. And I think this led to the middle, destroying not only her and Sonia's group, the Yorvia? Hopefully I said that right. However, knowing this kind of group in fiction, it would have led to them also bringing the boot down on the neck of those still in the district. Honestly, I don't know if they'll flesh this out. I don't know if I'll ever truly find out what happened in District 25's backstreets after Rodya snapped. Whatever it was though, it made someone like Sonia leave his district and join the asshats that beat us to the Golden Bough in Canto 1. And whatever happened, it broke Rodya so bad that she took up the gambler's life, and now she acts like her past don't exist, or she can't remember. But when she lets her guard down, I'm certain you can see the sorrow in her eyes. Because even though the hunger and frost don't gnaw at her anymore, the memories of what she did so many years ago does to this day. At least, that's my take. You can let me know if I'm wrong in the normal place below. So, was the Canto bad? Honestly, it was still a solid story. And while I had many issues with it, I personally think that once it focused on the character that the Canto was supposed to focus on, it started to really take off. The filler characters were not necessary to the telling of this story, but they do help fill out the world. And while I was told that the first 3 cantos are the intro, I feel honestly that it is highly important to get as many introductions out of the way as possible now, so that I can enjoy the story as it progresses later. I feel like this was a great step toward the later story of the game, as an overall. However, as a standalone Canto, I can see why you guys say it's the worst. It's not bad, but with even Canto 1's story as a measure to reach to, it falls just a bit short in comparison. Well guys, that's my take on Canto 2. What did you think? Am I, as a new player, understanding the story, or should I go back to school and relearn reading comprehension? Let me know below, especially if I made you think of this Canto in a different way. Thank you all for the wonderful reception you have been giving me for joining the community. I hope you think of joining ours, whether it be here on YouTube, by liking and subscribing, or on Discord, linked in the description. And remember guys, like always, be good to each other. See you in the next video. Peace.